Hey, I'm Nathan-Josias. Welcome on my YouTube channel. We're gonna start today the first episode of a new series, Cooking Vegan with Nathan-Josias. I'm gonna lead you through my favorite vegan recipes. They're gonna be satisfying and totally delicious. Today we're gonna start directly with a delicious and healthy rice bowl if you're to go, or rice dish if you're staying at home. Let's get started. So the first bowl that we're gonna make is the rice one. So we'll need a cup of rice, eggplants, red beans, some coconut oil, red cabbage, sweet potato, tofu, onion and garlic over here, some lime, spinach, avocado. Basically we're gonna start with the eggplant to make sure that we can drain a maximum of water out of the eggplant. So we're just gonna take our eggplant, cut them in many cubes and pour them with salt to dry for the time for us to cook the rest of the preparation. When you finish to cut the eggplant, you're just gonna add it in this bowl. When you put the eggplant in the bowl, you're gonna add some salt to make sure you can drain a maximum of water. So of course you have a hole down, but you're just gonna put this on the sink right after, and all you have to do is clean everything. Okay, a bit more salt. So after that one you will not have to put any salt in the eggplant. So let's put the eggplant in the sink. We're gonna just clean that real quick. When the eggplant are done, we're gonna go directly start with the rice over here. To give a bit of taste to your rice, what I deeply recommend you is to take one head of garlic, to finely slice it, and then we're gonna start to just put the pan on low heat. Add a tablespoon of coconut oil, and let the oil get hot. Set the garlic aside, and while the pan is getting hot, we're gonna go directly with our tofu. So we're gonna add some tofu, slice it. I don't pat dry my tofu because I like it when it's a bit creamy like this. I'm just gonna cut it in big cubes, is the way I like it. If you wanna cut it maybe more thin, just go with it. I'm gonna put them back in a bowl, and then I'm gonna add a bit of balsamic vinegar, some salt, pepper, excuse me, some salt, and a bit of paprika. Mix everything in the bowl, and we're gonna let it on the side, and we're gonna put it to cook at the same time that we're gonna put the eggplant in the oven. Set this aside. The oil is now melted, so we're gonna add the garlic in it. Give it a stir. Make sure that you don't burn your garlic. It's just to give a bit of taste to your rice, because you definitely want to add some flavor to your white rice. If you want to use some brown rice, there is not a problem. It's just going to take you way much more time to cook. Here I'm going to directly add my rice, 1 cup of rice. I'm going to mix it with the oil and the garlic. This is the savorish moment. And for 1 cup of rice, I'm gonna add 2 cups of water. This is the way I love to make the rice. Some people find that it's too much, but personally, this is my favorite way. So let's add 1 and 2. Okay, now we're gonna get that to a boil. We're gonna cover and then we'll leave it down to a medium low heat when everything will be boiled. So far we're gonna keep preparing the rest of the ingredients. We're gonna go directly with the red cabbage. So let's go with the red cabbage. All we're gonna do is just chop it. I like my cabbage really easy and simple, maybe with some vinegar, but I just take a knife and make small slices in the cabbage. It's basically from the cabbage that we're gonna have a good chunk and a good crunch in our bowl or lunch plate as you desire to serve it. So I'm just gonna add a bit of vinegar, salt and pepper to taste. Okay, we're gonna mix it and we're just gonna leave it aside for later. Right after, what we're gonna do is make sure that the sweet potato is gonna be cooked on time. So for me, the best technique, I always keep the skin in my sweet potato. The best way to make sure you have a good cooked sweet potato is to cut the sweet potato in really small pieces and bring it to a boil of water. Okay, the rice is now boiling, so let's reduce the heat to low heat and set a timer for 15 minutes. Hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Okay, your timer is set for 15 minutes.
Now I'm gonna put to boil some water to put the sweet potato in. Okay, let's add the sweet potato directly in the pan. It will get hot with the water. I tend to be a messy one when it comes to kitchen. When it comes to cooking, I tend to be a messy one. So I always try to organize after each step to make sure my kitchen don't look like a total mess. As we have time, we're gonna go directly to prep the little radish. So I'm just gonna cut them in 2 and then I'm gonna make small slices to make sure I can decorate my plate with cute pink radish. Okay, let's set aside with the red cabbage. Now we're gonna take care of the red beans so we can cook directly in the same pan the eggplant right after. For the red bean, it's gonna be really easy and simple. I'm just gonna take a pan and I'm gonna make them cook with some chili powder and coconut oil. When the pan gets hot, let's go directly. Let's move with the onions that we're gonna put in the pan just before the red bean. I just chunked them really grossly because I don't need any details. They're gonna melt directly in the pan. The rice is already on its way to be cooked actually. So let's heat a bit more the pan with the onions so we can give it a small stir and they already start to cook. So I'm gonna add right now a teaspoon of chili powder. I'm gonna add some salt, some pepper, give it a stir to make sure nothing get sticky, and it already starts to smell so good. Let's add the beans. This is flavor. Okay, let's cover this real quick so we can let them cook slowly, and we're just gonna prepare half of the avocado for the dressing. The way I love to prepare my avocado is just taking a spoon and take out the whole avocado in once when you want to come. Okay, here we are. Beautiful slices. Avocado is always good. Now that the water is really hot, I'm gonna add the eggplants directly to the pan with the red beans. So they've lost a bit of the water, so now they're gonna be a bit more dry. Keep mixing, put back the top for a few minutes, and then we're gonna directly dry the sweet potatoes. They're actually barely cooked. Now that the sweet potatoes are cooked, let's get out of these and add them to the list of the ingredients that are already done. Let's take out the eggplant and the red beans out of the fire so they have to be cooked as long as you desire them. I love personally most of my vegetables to be kind of raw. I know this is special. I'm not saying that I'm a raw vegan, but surely I could be close to that. Now let's have a check on the rice. It should be good. We're just gonna mix it real quick because we have a lot of simmer down here, and we want to make sure the water that is down can get out, but you can see that the rice is perfectly cooked. So we're gonna let the rice cool down real quick with the cover. We're gonna cover the rice to allow it to cool down, and then all we're gonna do is dress up a first plate. So when everything is gonna cool down, we're just gonna make real quick a delicious peanut sauce. So all you need is a small food processor. If you have a bigger one, you can use it, or if you just want to make it by hand, it's totally possible. It's just going to be more effort. For that quick dressing, we're going to need peanut butter, olive oil, some salt, garlic, and then we're going to add some vinegar. So for this sauce, it's quite easy, to be honest. All you need to do is add a bit of olive oil, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons over here, a tablespoon of vinegar, a bit of salt and pepper, then we're gonna add directly the garlic, and then I'm gonna go for 2 big tablespoons of this delicious peanut butter. So this is 100% peanut butter, nothing added, just yumminess. Okay. You can definitely go for it. Let's add a bit of lime to give a bit more of a sour taste to that really sweet sauce that we're gonna have. When everything is added in, all you have to do is cover and mix. Give it a try. You can add a bit of salt, a bit of lime, just to add a bit of more taste. The aim is not to cover the peanut butter, that is just delicious. And let's mix that again. The dressing is ready. Let's go for the dressing. What's up? So let's go directly into the dressing. We're gonna start with the rice. You can be really generous on the rice. We have a lot of rice. Really tasty one with this garlic flavor. So this is definitely for 2 people. I'm just gonna serve 1 plate and show you the rest right after. So here we can go with the sweet potato. A handful of sweet potato. I love sweet potatoes. Like, they definitely my favorites. But I have to admit that I love the regular one, the white one. Or yellow one, I don't know how you call it. Forgive me, I'm French. Okay, let's go definitely with some eggplants on top of the rice. Really tasty with all the spices that we've put in it. So this is my personal choice, and I love the tofu like this. If you want it to be a bit more cooked, you can put it in the oven for 15 minutes, but I really enjoyed the tofu like this, so I'm just gonna go with 3 or 4 chunks of tofu over my rice. Here I'm gonna put a handful of spinach, some cabbage, and to finish all of that, I'm just gonna go and serve my avocado on top of my veggies. So my avocado is really ripe, so you don't want to slice in a beautiful way, but who mind, we're gonna eat it. Okay, let's finish with this delicious peanut sauce, and whatever is your choice, you can just put it everywhere around your plates. And boom, now we have 2 delicious plates. Healthy, totally healthy, because this is what I do. I try to keep myself and keep you in shape. See you soon for another video. If you like that recipe, make sure you comment that video, or you just smash the like button. You can find me on Instagram and stay subscribed so you can see other and many recipes to come.